Okay, continuing from my last thought, as I was saying, I think I actually got this thing working now. Not 100% sure, but yeah, it looks like it's working. Hooray for me. So yeah, going forward, I'm gonna probably have a few just random rants that I'll toss up there. I'm not sure how many people would really care to listen to somebody ramble on and rant about their opinions and so forth for a good 10 minutes, but, you know, if it's up there, the audience will find itself eventually. It's like the classic Seinfeld thing, where the producers ask, wow, but why will they watch it? Then George goes, because it's on TV. But you know, I honestly know that opinion too, because I've watched many a show which I honestly thought was terrible. But I was just watching it because it came on right after the last show, and I mean, unless something's like really bad, you don't really change the channel. I mean, there's just a certain margin, a certain amount of threshold where you'll watch it even though you don't particularly like it. Like, I've watched a few Office episodes like that. I absolutely hate The Office 90% of the time, but they do have some decent episodes where they're pretty funny. Yeah. But on to the general just discussion of what's come out. I don't know how most people get their information about in toy news and so forth, whether they consult websites, they consult each other, they check the community. I know a lot of the ones that are really hardcore into this and are in the general areas can go to the toy fairs. I'm close to the New York market, but even then it's like a 2-hour trip to get to one of these Comic Cons or Toy Cons or toy fairs or whatever's. I know a lot of the community lives out in California, so they go to the San Diego ones. I mean, I do want to attend one of these things at some point in my life. I mean, 'cause there's a lot of stuff that you can only really see and get at these, and you know, it's an experience that I think most collectors do want to, you know, just feel once. But in general, I learn about stuff just either through websites or through just general other stuff that people throw up on YouTube. And of course, the biggest portion does seem to be like when I stop to a toy store, I become aware of all these brands and lines that I would otherwise not be aware of. And generally, that only really happens at Toys R Us and the big retailers. Because the crappy guys like Walmart will carry just a smorgasbord of just random stuff. They'll only have like one or two things from that particular brand. Like DC, they're only really carrying their DC Universe 3 and Crisis or whatever they're called. They're 3 3/4 in the DC Universe Classics line, which is the cool line. But other than that, while I was at Toys R Us, I noticed they have the equivalent of a superhero squad. I'm not sure how long they've had that for DC at this point, but they actually looked pretty decent. I was half tempted to pick up a Red Tornado Batman combo pack. Oh, that's what I totally hate about all those combo packs for Superhero Squad and for whatever the DC Superhero Squad equivalent's called. I mean, they always package a sort of cool obscure character with your mainstream character. So you want to buy Red Tornado, you're also buying Batman. You want to buy, I don't know, Aquaman, Batman. Gorilla Grodd, big pack, Batman again. It's like, why do they do that? And by the end, you have so many of the Batmans, if you were buying these, and almost all of them are the same exact sculpt, because they're just really lazy on these small scales. I mean, Superhero Squads, I've meant to pick up a few, but up until recently at Target, I haven't really seen the 2-packs. I've only seen the 4-packs with the sort of fixed number of fixed characters in them. I guess they're all sort of fixed characters, but like there's ones with more. The 2-packs have more variety than the 4-packs usually. I mean, at some point I want to pick up maybe a Hobgoblin and a Juggernaut and whatever ones come with it. But other than that, actually there are a few that I kind of want to pick up. Like I would want to pick up a Doctor Doom and maybe a Loki and a bunch of other villains. But in addition to that, they had, let's see, those Marvel things that I had mentioned earlier, those little chintzy things that you'd pick up out of a gumball in a big pack, which which I thought was actually a pretty neat idea because you don't really see those that often, especially like nowadays where I haven't really seen a cool gumball figure thing in ages, or just any like normal figure from a gumball machine. Last time I saw it when I was up in New York at a Dave and Buster's D&B, where they had like the old Nicktoons that you'd put in like 50 cents for a buck and you'd get a Nicktoon character out of it. I didn't have much change on me, but so I ended up I was in a hurry, so I only got one of them, and it was I Am Weasel. I mean, I really prefer IR Baboon because IR Baboon was a hell of a lot more funny back then. I mean, I'm sure my taste has probably changed dramatically since that point, but you know, just for nostalgia, I'd prefer IR Baboon. Let's see. But I mean, it was just weird besides that because they just had like stacks and stacks of DC stuff, but not a single DC classic. And not even like a ton of the DC universes, the single blisters. They had a whole bunch of the 3 blisters that they couldn't sell that they've marked down. I guess theirs were originally $13 and went down to 10. It was the Commissioner Gordons with the 2 at Gotham City Police, the Superman with the 2 Supergirls, and that one pack I have, the 2 Titans and Boomerang. I mean, I wouldn't have minded picking up Flash and Mirror Master and whoever the other Rogue was, but they didn't have it. I've been seeing the Secret Wars 3 3/4. I don't know if it's Marvel Universe technically, or Marvel Universe proper, but the 3 3/4 2 packs where it's got 2 figures and a comic book from the, I think it was like 6 or 9 issue Marvel Secret Wars, where they went against, where the Beyonder brought everybody there to fight that big battle, decide whether or not good or evil, something something. I think those the ones with the Beyonders, the Secret Wars. But I mean, they've had so many weird wars where just heroes randomly pulled out to do like these fan services that I can't even keep track at this point. Probably not as many as I think, because I might just be exaggerating things here, but it's interesting because here they're charging $15 for them. Target they charge $13 for them, and Walmart they charge $12 for them. Now, they were out of the Captain America and Claw 2 packs at Walmart. I didn't see it at Target either. I saw it at Toys R Us though, but I don't feel like paying $15 for the 2 packs. Both of them look kind of flimsy. Neither one's a really great looking sculpt. The Wolverine, I think it was Human Torch combo, also is kind of suspect just because the Wolverine has like some sort of a weird dot on his nose. They opted for the orange and brown costume, which I don't remember what the story behind that was, but I remember seeing that costume a lot during the 90s. But then I also at Target the other day I saw a few of the other ones where the new packs for the Wave 2 of that, where it has Magneto, I forget who else, and then on the back it mentions having Hulk and Cyclops, which I might want to get. The Magneto I would have picked up, but they had like a weird curve to his cape, which I didn't like. Or just like sort of folds off or like tapers off at like the left. Which of course, if you're looking at it, would be the right. But I mean, that I probably would have picked up. They had the larger figures for the DC stuff, and they had like a full selection of the icons, because they never seem to sell the icons for the Marvel Legends, but the DC icons like they had were $30 as opposed to the Marvel icons. I don't know if they call them the icons for the DC, which are only $20, but they had which they've had for a while actually, the Killer Croc, the Batman, and the Superman, which is in the wave, but it's not actually there. I've been tempted to pick up the Killer Croc on occasion, but you know, it's just so much larger, it's just completely out of scale with everything else. They also had the Toys R Us exclusive Joker figure, the Heath Ledger look, which is a great looking figure, but it's $40, so I'm not going to do that in the near future. But I mean, it's definitely a figure I do want to pick up at some point, because I think that is a fairly decent looking sculpt of Heath Ledger in terms of just like the face and I'm not so sure it's so much the face, but the look of the face, not necessarily the face sculpt or like bone text sculpt or whatever you'd call that. But yeah, I was actually really surprised that it looked like their shelves were actually filled out, because I've been to Toys R Us a lot recently, and not a lot recently, but a lot over the past few months. Like, if you visit a store more than twice a month, like a specialty retailer, I do consider that a lot. And I probably have done more than twice a month for the past several months. But yeah, shelves were really full out, but it was just weird that you had no single, because they have a lot of older figures, but no single blister Marvel Legends, which are basically discontinued anyway, and no single blister DC Universes. So, what's up with that? Till next time.